Hi there, Shannon West here, and I'm pretty excited about the Valentine that I have to show you today on this video. This is my over-the-top Valentine, and I will be putting a ribbon on this to give it away, or it does fit in a regular size envelope. But when you open it up, it is a heart cut out with so many beautiful embellishments. Let's take a look. The first step is to make a pattern, a heart pattern, out of some grid paper or scratch paper. And so I just did this by folding it. I made sure to get a piece that was 12 by 12 because I wanted to maximize the size, and that was the biggest cardstock I had. So 12 by 12, I folded it in half, cut out a heart, and then then I had my pattern. So then I put this down on a piece of white cardstock and then traced it and cut it out. And the reason I did this was because I didn't want a line down the middle of my final version right here. I wanted it to look all crisp and clean and beautiful. So that's why I created the pattern. So then from here, the next step is to take a piece of so I'm going to have an inside piece that I'm going to embellish, and then I'll fold the heart around it. And you want to make sure to get all your pencil marks off. So with this, I just marked the middle. So you have to mark the middle of the cardstock here and the middle of the heart. So then you get the right cross point here and you set the card in the middle. Now, if you don't care if it's perfect, then you can just lay it down and fold the sides up over it. But I'll show you how to get it perfect by doing that. So I'm going to find the middles. I'm going to find the middles here and get it ready. And then I'll score the sides and fold it in. So now I have my middle points marked here on these sides and then in the middle of my heart. So I'm going to use some temporary adhesive and stick this down so that I can score the lines. Now, if you've done your measuring right, it should fold up just perfectly. But measuring is kind of a pain, so don't let it take away the fun for you. Just if it didn't work, if your measuring didn't work perfectly, just fold it up and use it anyway, because it'll be cute no matter what. Now let's see, I'll fold the top in. That score line didn't get quite as strong, but it's good on this side over here. Let's see if I can make it work. Get a bone folder and help us out a little bit with that. We should be good. There we go. So I'm going to, when I'm finished, I'm going to fold the sides up first, and then also the top down and the bottom. And it does get it's a little puffy. But then you can just put a ribbon around it, or it does still fit inside a standard size envelope. Okay, now that we have our heart ready, let's embellish the inside so that when it is opened up, there's beauty on the inside. I'm going to start with this little piece of cardstock here and make some stripes on it. So I've cut out some scratch paper. And these are about 5/8 inches thick, but really any thickness will work for this. Just decide how thick you like the stripes. I'm going to put 4 of these across my cardstock, and I don't think I mentioned this is 5 1/4 by 4 inches, which means it's just a little bit less than a standard size card. So these little strips here are about 5/8 of an inch wide by, I don't know, 5 inches, just so they stretch the whole width of the card and cover the edge, because it'd be weird if I had a little pink right there. So I'm going to use polished pink to make these stripes with a blending brush. And see, that one in the middle is quite a bit thicker, so I'll move this over a little bit. Ooh, that looks cute. Perfect. The only trick you need to know with blending brushes is touch them down to your grid paper and then kind of swoop them over onto your project. If you don't do that, you might get a kind of a dot. But depending on the intensity of color that you're going for, it might not matter anyway. If you're trying to get it really dark, then you can just go for it. And then you just have to keep filling it in until you get it really, really solid. The color really, whatever you're going for, whatever color you want. This color is looking really awesome, so I'm going to stop there. So we've got some nice polished pink stripes right across our white cardstock. So we'll peel those away, and there's a little bit of temporary adhesive left, so you can either rub that off with your finger, or I like to use a little adhesive remover just to get rid of that. And now we have a beautiful striped background for our heart. I'm going to add everything else to this and embellish on top of this before I adhere this to the heart, because it will just be a lot easier to, so don't have to work with the heart the whole time. No pun intended. Okay, that's looking awesome. So I can go ahead and throw my little strips away, so I won't need those again. We are ready for some extra hearts. So I punched a heart out with the Heart Duo Punch Pack. So we'll stick that down first. And then, let's put that right there. And then I want a little frame around this heart. So I'll take some black cardstock, and with my same punch pack, I'll punch first with the regular heart. Save that for later. I'll definitely be using that on a different project. And then I've got this scallop frame that I will just punch out to make this heart look a little fancier. So cute. I'll just add a little bit of Tombow to keep that sticking down. Now I've made these little hearts for a few years. Well, actually, it's been a few years since I've made them, but I made them maybe even like a decade ago. I made them for all my family members and some coworkers and friends and stuff, and sent them in the mail. And when I did it that time, I used real feathers. Well, they probably weren't real feathers, real craft feathers that were created for crafting purposes. And they looked so cool. And I had orange and all these different colors. So I was thinking back to that and thought maybe I could try to make a feather out of paper instead of use a feather. So this I cut out of that amazing ombre Glimmer paper. And I just kind of, it's kind of rough. It's not perfect, you can see, but in the basic shape of a feather. And then I'm just going to cut little slits all along both sides and get it pretty close to the middle, so that then I'll rough those up and bend them up in an even cut. Like about every other one, I'm going to cut a little angle there, so there's a space, so it's not solid, and get this looking like a feather. Okay, so you can see on the back side how that looks, where I cut little angles in there, so then when you turn it over, it's not a solid edge. And then now we'll just kind of fold it in half and rough it up a little bit and add it to our project, and kind of bend these up and give them some character and some dimension. Okay, now I'll just add this here to our, right here on the side. All right. Now I've got a lot of other little embellishments. So this is a, little heart duo from the oh, what are those dies called? Let's see, heart, can't find it. Oh, Sweethearts dies. So cute. I love all of the different variations of hearts. So this one worked great because it's like an up and down embellishment. So we'll put it here and just kind of tuck it on up in there. Like so. I love that addition of the Coastal Cabana because it looks nice with the feather. And then we are going to need some little pieces from the Ephemera pack, the Abstract Beauty Ephemera pack. So I've got a little, and these stick down really nicely with glue dots. So, little gold leaf set. So I'll tuck it back in here. And then I've got some greetings. So I used this stamp. This comes from the Forever Blossom stamp set. All of me, excuse me, loves all of you. Oh, I love that phrase. It's the perfect phrase for a Valentine, since this is an over-the-top Valentine. So I've got some, this is from the Ephemera pack too. So I separated those out. This says all of you. So I'll add that first. And then put this down here. And then I've got on Blushing Bride, the other half of the phrase. So all of me loves all of you. I'll just stick that down to the edge right here. So they're still connected, even though they're on different. I wanted to use this ephemera frame, but the whole greeting didn't fit in there. So that's why I'm improvising a little bit. There's more pieces from the ephemera pack. Love that little black and white arrow. I literally could add black and white to every single project that I ever do. It's my favorite color scheme, even though there's no color actually included. And then there's these cute arrows. So fun. Also in the ephemera pack. So I'll add those. Let's see, put this one down here. So we're just kind of building a really nice scene of fun stuff happening here on our fancy Valentine. And then there's these stars. Again, part of the ephemera pack, so I'll add a few of those. We'll get 3 of those. Let's see, I'll put one down here and one more up here. Kind of flip them around a little bit. Okay, it's looking so cute. Let's see, a couple more things we can add. There's some of these hearts that were left over from when I die cut the 4 hearts together, so I'll just stick this one right here to add a little bit more of Coastal Cabana. And I don't know, it's just kind of screaming for a gem right there. So let's put a gem right in the middle of that cute little heart. Oop, if it will go right into the middle. There we go. This is from the 2021-23 In Color Jewels. And of course, let's add a little bit of ribbon. This is that Flirty Flamingo shimmery ribbon. Kind of goes with our look of gold. So let's just tuck that down in here behind the greeting and in front of the feather. Nice. Okay, I would say our over-the-top Valentine is looking pretty over-the-top and ready to be attached to the heart. So let's bring this back over here. Before I attach it, I've got to erase my marks, at least the part of the marks that will show once we get that attached. So let's make sure to get that. Ooh, white cardstock, it's kind of hard. It picks up all the little things. But the good thing about crafting is there's always an easy improv that you can do to fix it. Okay, let's test that out and make sure that's looking good. Adorable. Okay, we're ready for some seal. Just put that down there. And our amazing, fancy, beautiful, love-filled Valentine is complete. So from here, what I would do is, I mean, of course I would write something on it. So I'd probably write down in this section down here. So they see this first and then they can read, love you, happy Valentine's Day, or whatever you want to say. But to give it to the recipient, let's see, fold that in. And then here you could embellish a little bit with like one of these hearts that were left over. And there's little ones too. I even thought with some of these little hearts, you could put confetti on the inside. So when they open it up, there's loose confetti. Or you could just take a ribbon and put it around like so. So it's like a little mini package. And if you were giving away like some, you know, some treats or something, you could stick that inside if you wanted to. Let's see if I can do this without, there we go, without having to cut it. So there we go. We'll just tie this up with a little bow, and this will be the cutest little present to give away. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Happy Valentine's Day.